Hello everyone, welcome back to another review and unboxing. Today I will be unboxing this Syndrome Christmas tree ornament from The Incredibles. This was just released pretty recently at Hallmark and it's a limited edition ornament. I bought this at Hallmark's website and just arrived in the mail earlier today. I'm really excited to take this out of the box and take a look at this. So this year is the 20th anniversary of The Incredibles. I can't believe that movie is that old now. And this is the first time they've ever made a Syndrome ornament. It looks really cool from the stock photos in the box. I can't wait to take a look at this out of the box. I can't believe it took them 20 years to make a Syndrome ornament though, because he's such a good character. So going into the box here, we could see a nice stock photo of Syndrome right here. He does look like he has a nice pose. You can see text that reads Syndrome, Disney and Pixar, The Incredibles, 20th anniversary, Christmas tree ornament. And then it also says Christmas tree ornament in French. I'm not even going to attempt how to pronounce that. You could see the Incredibles logo in black and white right here. And up on the top, you can see the Hallmark Keepsake logo. At the top of the box, you have 2024 limited edition. On both of the sides, you have the word Keepsake. At the bottom, you have the barcode. Designs may vary from shown. Products not shown to scale, for decorative use only. Copyright Disney Pixar, www.disney.com. Retail price is $19.99. So if you're planning on getting Syndrome, traditionally what happens is ones that sell less, they end up going on sale after Christmas. I feel like Syndrome, he's being a very popular character and being limited edition on top of that, he's not going to be on sale after Christmas. He's going to sell out before then. I strongly feel that's likely going to happen. He's still in stock as of today, I believe, on Hallmark's website, but don't count him still being in stock on December 26th. On the back of the package, it's a Hallmark Keepsake artist and a biography about the artist, whose name is Alex Ho. Alex Ho started drawing as a kid, and that passion led him to become an artist. I appreciate how artists are trained to look closely and think critically, he says, by translating our understanding of the world into works of art, such as ornaments. We reflect truth about the moment we live in, inspire change, and provide new ways of making connections. This ornament was issued in limited quantities and first available at the 2024 Keepsake Ornament premiere event. And this was made in Vietnam. So without further ado, let's get into the package and check him out of the box. This box is very easy to open. There's no tape or anything. It's just a standard cardboard box. And the ornament here, it is wrapped in tissue paper. A very big piece of tissue paper, actually. So here's Syndrome out of the box. He looks great, and he is able to stand up in his own suit, which is good. So when it's not Christmas season, like right now, I could display him on a desk and he'll stand up perfectly fine. So this Syndrome, he definitely looks really good. I mean, first things first, when I'm picking him up, I could definitely feel the points on his hair and all the different texture of the hair, which is great. Because Syndrome, he has very iconic hair, like a bright orange hair that just goes up kind of like a flame. And you could really feel that texturing on it, and it looks really good in person. I love his pose. It's such an iconic pose of him pointing his fingers like that with that evil grin on his face. It looks so cool. It really encapsulates who his character in the movie is. You have the nice S on his shirt. You do have this nice cape, which is black on the outside, blue on the inside. Syndrome doesn't have too many details on him, but you could really feel a lot of different texturing on him. The cape, it seems like it is made out of a different material than the rest of the ornament. It is a little softer, more flexible, slightly. Not that it could be moved, but just feels softer and just slightly more flexible than the rest of his body. Syndrome cannot be posed. So this pose is the only one he can be in. You can't move him. He's not an action figure or a toy. He has this other arm that's going out like this. It looks like it's a really cool superhero villain pose. Again, it's just really, they did a really good job capturing who his character is. The only thing that I would say is disappointing is that when I look at his face, they didn't put any freckles on. So in the movie Syndrome, he has a lot of freckles. They didn't get the freckles on him on this ornament for whatever reason. I guess maybe it's too complicated to print or paint rather, because of how many there are and how small they'd be, I guess. Which is disappointing that they don't have the freckles on him. But nonetheless, it does look really good, especially from a... And you wouldn't notice that the freckles are missing from a distance, only when you look at it close up. You can see the nice eye mask around him as well. And they did paint his eye colors, which are blue. You can see nice detailing on his shoes with the with slightly different colorings for different parts of the shoes, or boots rather. It does include an ornament hook, so you can hang it from the tree, or rather the hole that you put the ornament hook in. That doesn't include a hook. You have to buy that separately. But nonetheless, this ornament definitely looks great, and I'm really glad to add this to my collection and display it on my tree this year. There's also some nice detailing on the 0-point energy wristband over here. You could see these different kind of squares that are they're like engraved into it to give it a nice texturing and detailing. They didn't paint any buttons or place any buttons on it, but they did do those, which is nice texturing. You could also see it on the other hand over here. Probably hard to see on the camera, but it does look great in person. Actually, I stand corrected, they did build a couple of buttons right here, also right here. Kind of hard to tell from a distance and probably in the camera as well, but it does look nice having those nice details on there. And they're actually the two buttons that they use in the movie when Mr. Incredible, he jumps off the cliff and goes underwater. Those are the drone and the sensor that he uses to detect if Mr. Incredible's alive or not. So that's definitely nice detailing to put those in there. They aren't color or anything. It's the same color as his gloves. But it is nice to have those shapes built into there as well. I wouldn't have expected them to put that in there. Syndrome here, he isn't that big. He's kind of a standard ornament size, maybe slightly bigger than average. He clocks in, so in height, Syndrome clocks in just over 5 inches tall. In width, from one end of his cape to the other, he's just under 2 inches. From one arm to the end of the other, since that's the longest point, he's just over 3 inches. And his hair is approximately 1 inch. And then in length, he is from the widest part of his torso, which kind of bends out in a nice shape, which kind of the belly kind of comes out in a nice curvature. So from there to the back of his cape is just over 1 inch. So again, this isn't a huge display figure. It's a pretty standard ornament size. Again, ornament hooks are not included with this, but to put on the tree, you could just take an ornament hook, sold separately again, and you just push it right through this metal hole that's up in the front of his hair, and that is how you will hang it from a tree. But again, it also is a freestanding ornament, so it is also a nice display piece as well if you don't celebrate Christmas or when it's not the Christmas season. I'm going to do a comparison to a different piece of Syndrome merchandise I own, which is the 7-inch scale Mattel action figure that was made a couple of years ago. I did my best to get them in the same pose. The Mattel pose can't do the exact pose that the Hallmark ornaments here is in, but I tried. I will actually say that I find it easier to actually stand up the ornament than the action figure, which is surprising. So taking a look at the comparison between the Mattel action figure and the Hallmark ornament, you can see that they do feature different expressions. The poses, the Mattel action figure can't do the exact same pose that the Syndrome figure does, but actually the Hallmark figure, it is quite a bit more detailed. The expressions are pretty similar, although I think that Hallmark actually did a better job getting those angry eyes in. You can see the eyebrows, they kind of angle in much more than they do on the Mattel action figure, which I think is good. Mattel also didn't do all the detailing with the boots, with getting in the different colors or putting in the buttons for the life reader scanner and drone. Mattel only did these rectangular buttons, which Hallmark actually did not do. So Hallmark doesn't have the rectangular buttons, but the Hallmark buttons are more detailed. Hallmark also has the different colorings on the boots with the different tones of gray and white. There's one tone of gray, one tone of white, whereas the Mattel action figure is all just one color. And the Hallmark action figure, they also put the blue on the inside of the cape, whereas the Mattel action figure is just a black cape on both sides. So while the Mattel action figure syndrome is definitely much bigger than the Hallmark one, I would say that the Hallmark ornament is actually a much more detailed. Although it does not come with the play and posability features that the Mattel one comes with, obviously. And so I'd say that they're both very good in their own right, but as someone who collects these things more for display than for play, I would have to prefer the Hallmark one because of the detail. The only really plus that Mattel one has, other than price, is the size. So overall, I'm really glad to have added this to my ornament collection. Can't wait to put it up in my tree in December. And let me know in the comment section below what you think of this syndrome ornament and if you think you'll be picking it up. I'll see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye now.